It's called Cherish the One because that's the heart of a woman. She wants to be cherished. Let's read Song of Songs 8:6. You're going to see a woman's heart on the big screen. Let's read it. Place me like a seal over your heart, or like a seal on your arm. For love is as strong as death, and its jealousy as enduring as the grave. Can you finish the sentence for me? Vengeance hath no fury like... Okay, so you know. Okay, woman wants to feel special. Circle, place me like a seal over your heart. Now, let me give you a little context. The lady who's saying this, she's called the Shulamite woman in the Bible. Solomon, while very wise, was morally bankrupt. He had a library of about 600 concubines. Okay? This is number 576. Okay? So here's the heart of a woman coming out, and what she's screaming for, she's going, all right, I know you. I know what you're like. And she wants to see commitment uniquely to her. And so what does she do? She goes after him with the concept that she knows he'll get. She says, place me like a seal over your heart. Let's drill down on that one. Okay, the seal was three things. Okay, first fill in. It was a pledge of faithfulness. Okay, it was like that. You know how we sign checks? That's how Solomon signed checks. He'd take his signet ring, take the candle, dip it on the fold of a document, put his signet ring in it. Okay, what's she saying? I want my signature. My signature alone on your heart. Okay? Second thing about a seal, it protects something pure. Okay? They put the wax over the seal. They know it has integrity. Okay? If it's broken, the document doesn't have integrity, could be forged. Okay? So if the seal's broken, all bets are off. Third thing, it prevents the entry of outside polluters. Okay? It protects the purity of the document. It's like a Ziploc bag. So what's she saying? She goes, I want you to pledge yourself to be faithful to me. I want you to protect our relationship. I want you to prevent the entry of anything that would pollute our relationship. Now, if that's the heart of a woman, and she wants to be a signature on your heart, like a seal, what are the seal breakers? And what I want to do is I want to compare the seal breakers in a marriage to God's love for you, because we're commanded to love our wives the way God loves us. The first seal breaker is conditions in a relationship, and the language of conditions is, I love you if. If is a conditional word. I love you if the house is clean. I love you if you stay in shape. I love you if, you cook dinner. I love you if the house is tidy. I love you if, The guy who has a conditional relationship with his wife is like sleeping with the enemy. You ever seen that movie? And there's all these requirements, and poor Deborah Roberts is trying to live up to all of them. If one towel is out of whack. Now, that's an extreme, but you guys know the language of conditions. Now, pop over to God's love for you. God's love for you is unconditional. And that's how you're supposed to love your wife. Right next to unconditional, Romans 5:8. But God demonstrates his own love toward us in that while we were yet, what? Sinners, Christ died for us. He didn't have to, but he took the hit anyway. He loved you unconditionally, not based on what you did. So we can't love our wives that way. The second seal breaker is entitlement, and the language of entitlement is I deserve. I deserve your respect. I deserve your support. I deserve, for you to cut me some slack on that lack of responsibility in this relationship. I deserve. And, that's contrary to God's love for us. Go over to the other side. Under God's love for you, Jesus gave up his rights. He didn't flex his muscle. In Philippians chapter 2, you might want to write that underneath that little point. It said, Jesus did not regard equality with God a thing to be grasped, but he emptied himself, took the form of a servant, which means, translation, he gave up his right to flex his muscle when he came to earth, to identify with man. He didn't say, I'm God. Listen to me. No, he sacrificed his life instead. Third seal breaker is feelings. And the language of feelings is, I don't feel like, It's, I don't feel like loving you right now. I don't feel like helping you right now. I don't feel like serving you right now. I don't feel like sacrificing for you right now. I don't feel like cherishing you? Well, let's look at God's love for us. Jesus acted in spite of his feelings. If you've seen the movie The Passion, the movie begins in the Garden of Gethsemane. And Jesus is not feeling very happy about what's about to happen. In fact, in the Gospels, and so wonderfully portrayed in that movie, he's, Father, I am overwhelmed with sorrow. The Bible says that he sweat blood. It's an actual physiological condition that is stress-induced. And he said, if there's any other way, if you can take this cup from me, but not my will, but thy will be done. That's right. In the garden, Jesus didn't go with his feelings and we're all going to heaven because Jesus acted in spite of his feelings. Guys, good things happen when you go against your natural leanings and feelings to honor God in your marriage. Now,